of the week.
All right, Justin, sounds good. And we just want to remind you, 13 Action News also wants to honor our veterans coming up on this Veterans Day. On Monday at 3 p.m., we're going to be airing a full-hour special dedicated to these heroes. We're going to introduce you to many veterans from Southern Nevada and share some of their stories and their service and more about their lives. Make sure to join us on Monday. But right now, joining me to talk about Aviation Nation is Major Cole Davenport. Major Cole Davenport, thank you so much for being here, sir.
Ross, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So let's talk about Aviation Nation. This is a new event for me, but obviously this is a huge deal here in Southern Nevada. For people like me who have never been, what can people expect if they come out?
Okay, so they can expect a lot of loud afterburners and just awesomeness, right? So when I was a little kid, I went to an air show, and my dad still has a video of a strike eagle doing an unrestricted climb and climbing up, and you can hear me screaming on the tape, "I'm gonna fly that one day!" And
here you are.
Yeah, and here I am, right? And I actually do fly F-15, so it's an honor to be able to pay it back, not only to kids and younger people that are interested in aviation, but to our veterans. We've talked a lot about veterans, for this month. There's a lot of stuff going on, and the theme of our air show is a salute to veterans, right? So we're kind of paying it forward to them, and we'll have venues and tents and things like that set up for veterans as well out at the air show. But it's a salute to young and old veterans, and celebrating the timeline and the lineage of the history that we have out at Nellis Air Force Base.
That is amazing, and obviously, just to clarify, this is happening at Nellis Air Force Base, right? Right in our backyard. Okay.
Absolutely. So a day in the life of a patron coming to the air show. You're going to keep going north on Las Vegas Boulevard, and go all the way to the Speedway. Once you're there, we'll have the table set up for searching and everything like that. Things we can't bring into the air show are drugs and alcohol. Marijuana is included. It's a federal installation, so we can't allow marijuana on the base. And then you can't bring pups, pets, things like that. No weapons. You can't conceal carry on the base either. Things you can bring are lawn chairs. You can bring small water bottles if you want to bring those. And I highly recommend bringing some earplugs, especially for the big ones and for the little kids as well. They make smaller ones for the kids that are very effective.
I'm glad you touched on that. I was actually going to ask you about that, because if you've never been to an air show, it can get quite loud, but that's also part of the thrill of it all.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you, you mentioned just to me off camera that there's going to be a lot of interactivity. What do you mean by that? Kids actually going to get some hands-on experience here?
Yeah, so you can walk up and touch and look at the aircraft and things like that. We will have a kids zone set up. We also have many vendors that are going to be out there as well. The interactivity piece on the air show is actually going to be the crowd being able to participate in the air show. So we'll have the radio broadcasting the calls between the pilots and the ground parties. So we have a combined arms demonstration. That is every fighter at Nellis Air Force Base doing simulated attacks with pyrotechnics going off and things like that.
Wow.
And we're going to have kids out there that have been selected, family members of deployed members. They're going to be able to talk on the radio and tell the guy, "Hey, you're cleared hot," and he'll be able to come in and do the strafing pass with the kids on the radio. We also have the Red Baron, and they come out and they'll do a little act. You'll see the Red Baron come forward in time and jump one of our performers. And they have some guns out there for the kids to shoot and for patrons to shoot, and you're actually trying to shoot down the Red Baron. So there's a lot of crowd participation that we're bringing in, and that ties into the Nellis Life App, right? So we have an app that you can download. It's called Nellis Life, and it actually will have a map of the airfield. It will have the schedule. When you walk up to an airplane, it will actually have facts about that airplane. So it's got a location beacon on it, and it'll go, "Oh, you're standing in front of an F-15," and it'll give you the data for it.
That is incredible, because so many times you don't know exactly what you're looking at, but it sounds like that's going to be a tool that's going to be really informative.
Absolutely. That, and then if you just go to Nellis's website, you can also find facts about the air show as well.
And just, I had one final question. I hear from some people that I talk to, doing veteran stories. They're wondering, what is the best way to honor a veteran on Veterans Day? And you guys talked about how that's really the theme of this year's show. Mm-hmm. Is this a great way in your mind to honor our nation's veterans?
Oh, absolutely. And we'll have some dedicated passes that we're doing specifically for veterans out there. So yes, I would say getting out and just spending the day and kind of understanding the history behind some of the stories that veterans have to offer, and just listening to them is the best way to honor them. And we also have two other people that are retiring this year. Is Julie Clark. She's been flying for 39 years.
Wow.
She's an amazing pilot. She'll be retiring from flying in air shows on Sunday, and then it's also the Thunderbirds homecoming. And the F-35 demo is going on this year, and the pilot flying that is actually doing his last flight with us on Sunday too. So Sunday will be an amazing day. You'll actually be able to see some amazing history happen on the ramp that day.
There really are a million reasons to get out to Nellis this weekend, and happening on Monday.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, Ross.
Appreciate it. Make sure to get out to Aviation Nation, everybody, happening this Monday for Veterans Day. All right, we got to take a quick break. We'll be right back.